Man, you gotta learn as a black man that the dynamic for you, that things for you is just different. We just have to learn, like, and people gotta understand for the black man, his whole journey has been different. And I'm talking about the so-called American black man, the so-called African American. His whole journey is different. His journey has been rooted in struggle. You understand? It's been rooted in struggle. But I've heard women, black women, talking about this, talking about how to, it's still saying that it's still a struggle. Even if you get with a successful black man, that their relationship is still a struggle. Now, that's some, let me go ahead and touch on that because let me give you some reasons why. And I think that's a misclassification, that's a misinterpretation of what's really going on. It's not, it doesn't have, because it doesn't have to be a struggle. It's not, every black relationship isn't a struggle, but it's only those who have embraced, who haven't healed from and moved forward from those traumas that have been embedded in them from antebellum slavery, from the history, from our origins, and from your the knowledge of yourself and from your family. Like, it didn't just come from you. It's passed from generation to generation. No one, like no other race, have had to have this dynamic with their women where they both fighting for power within a certain construct, within a certain structure. No one, it's always been usually established traditionally that the men have the power and the women are second. You understand? The women follow their lead. Even when no car, and the difference between the black man and the Caucasian man is that our women have never saw our leadership. And I'm talking about the African American. You understand? Some will say that these are the chosen people of God, the true Israelites, the true Hebrews. That's what some will say. Now, no other group have had to fight for this power structure with their women. The difference between the black man and the white man is the white woman have saw his leadership. The black woman has never saw the full leadership of the black man, the American black man. She's never saw it. You understand? Except only few women have seen that. Like, and I'm not saying that there's none, but that's been the exceptions in the group. You understand? And I'm not saying that guys didn't have leadership qualities or they weren't good men. Like you have a lot of good, decent black men within our group. But the thing is I'm talking about leadership. Like, actually, like, and what I mean by that is every man have to take his time to become who he is. He don't just pop up and be who he is. Because of the struggle and all of the hangups that the American black man had to go through, some of us either go 0 to 60. God jumps us from A to D to where now, that's why you see a lot of black men. A lot of black men are more successful than a lot of white men over here. If you look at some people, like, you could, man, I don't even have to just name celebrities. You could look at some YouTubers. They're a lot more successful than white people, Caucasians over here. You understand? But these are exceptions to the rule, and it takes time because Caucasians have had the structure over here. It's been set up. It's companies that's in name that they've passed down to other generations. They've put their people on. You know what I'm saying? They've built their communities and things like that. Okay, that's cool. It's time for the American black man to start doing the same. You don't, and it's not, and that's in assimilation with white folks. It's not being on some, primitive, oh man, I don't want to deal with, no, hell no. Because white people deal, they deal with everyone as well. America is a melting pot of people. You understand? Hispanics, blacks, everybody. So don't try to become the new racist. I ain't dealing with them. I ain't dealing with that. Like, watch out. That means you're not healed. If a person come calling you a nigger, saying nigger, and that trigger you, you're not healed, man. You need Jesus to help you. And I mean that in all seriousness because, again, it's time, like, just because you come from somewhere, don't listen to a lot of these hyenas and, and people who just have your worst interests at heart. They have a vested interest in keeping you sleep, man. You worried about the wrong thing. Quit worrying about what these women thinking and stuff like that, and just take your natural position, man. Because to be real, black men and women still haven't got what they've been owed. But the country is giving black women a bunch of giving them these incentives for school and education. No, you need to correct that out to every black person. You understand? Because you still owe them. You like they broke. The Uncle Sam is like the country broke uncle. You owe the generations of the descendants of the people who built this country, man. You owe them. You understand? You need to do whatever due diligence you need to do to go find out, how you can do that, who you need to pay. But you definitely shouldn't be trying to ostracize, split us up by group, and stuff like that. Are we gonna get some to the black LGBT? Are we gonna get some to the no, nigga? You know that the men, they are the ones who build a community, and they are the ones, who keep the structure, keep it strong, and it's never gonna change. So you need to empower them. Now, but what I'm speaking on is you empowering yourself, black man. You understand? Continue to reinforce yourself. And look, if you decide you don't want to, you don't want to deal with black women, or that's something like, again, you need to heal, man. You understand? Now, because of course it's not all, and honestly, you getting with someone in your group who shared a similar struggle with you is important. You understand? Now, I'm not saying that you can't, and this is the thing, I'm not saying that you can't get with other races, because it seems like black men and white women, I've said this a long time ago, they tend to get together like lock and key. And the reason why is because the black man has something within him that she doesn't get from her man. You understand? And this is something she doesn't get from any man on the earth. The melanin factor. And let me just say, and I'd be like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, every man's we pretty much all the same. We bleed red, but we are different at the same time. And if you look at black men, they have a certain level of body rhythm, of spirit. They're spiritual. They have a certain level of, coolness about their mental state, to where it meshes well with the white woman's high sense of organization and other things of that nature, and her being high strung. Like, you can't, her and the white man together, they both high strung. So it's like a bunch of, that shit can get crazy. Like, that shit could get Jim Carrey out here. Real talk. White men will tell you. White women will tell you. They'll let you know. Don't just think I'm talking. And I got nothing but love for them. The same with, you get two black people who really haven't healed, and they both on that nigga shit. Man, it's gonna be Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You saw Baby Boy. Like, and I'm just giving you movies. I just mentioned movies because that's something we're all familiar with. But that happens in life, not just with Tyrese relationship. Look at the relationship with old girl, her best friend, who she was calling. Talking about, and the nigga just, they argue. He like, bitch, get out the phone, then hit her from the back. That's the type of relationships you get. Toxicity everywhere, man. It's just dripping toxicity. But again, the difference between the races is that you never had, again, the white woman saw the white man in his full leadership, and she just rejected it. She rejected that. She don't want to be complicit with the murders, the cheating, the lying, the stealing. She know how he can get down at the core of core, and she not with that. And with the black man, he's had to struggle, and he still survived. And he's tried and like people like myself, and others have tried to maintain their nobility within all of that. That makes the black man double tough. He's had to suffer in silence while sitting around, fighting in your wars, fighting in all these wars, coming back to a country who doesn't love him. The black man has sacrificed. Like I said, he's done the most important work. We've helped build a country and got the less thanks. We've done the most important work and got had the less thanks for it. And again, we still maintained integrity and and people still copy and take from black men their style. And again, another thing is their level of masculinity. They've always, through on one thing that we can take, you could take it as a positive, or you can look at it as being a negative. One thing we can say is that black people have been sold, and black men especially, black men have been sold, have been traded, and have been sought after for their physical prowess, whether that be in the bedroom, whether that be for physicality, physical things, for lifting, for their agility, their ability to be able to do things longer than other people. You understand? Like if you look at the melanin in black people, they can do melanin gives a lot of gifts on the earth. You understand? This is an earth with the sun, where the sun powers it. Melanin transformed as that sun, the sun's raised into energy. If you don't have that, you're gonna get you kind of like unprotected. It's like your sheet. You don't have the cover over yourself. But that there is something you can look into. But we've been sought after for our those gifts, the gifts that are and all of that. And if you look at that for men, those are things that equate to attraction, to raw physical attraction. You understand? The black man have been humble. He's been for the most part tried to be polite, to everyone, because it's been to his detriment if he wasn't back in the day. Nowadays, like I said, now you could say it's different. Now you could be like, that's not the case. But you still, right now, you just have a group of black men, like I said, those are the ones who are not healed. You could be like, nowadays you have black men out here just wilding out. Like they very opinionated. A lot of them aren't courteous or something like that. You could say that, in a as a stereotype. You could say, but I think I would beg to differ. I would say that the dynamic is changing. I would say that more black men are coming into are waking up and becoming healed more so than not. And they also waking up and healing their other brothers. That's why I speak like this. Because what this will do is this will give you what I didn't have. It'll allow you to jump 0 to 60 because you'll have the information already. You don't have to go find it out and fall through the pitfalls and traps and just to figure it out. We give you the game. We give you the tools to be able to navigate this system in this society. But like I say, man, and it's all good. And we're gonna do that together. Like the black man and the black woman, it's just been things that have been taken from them, and those things have to heal. Like those wounds had to heal. And some people don't try to address those things. They don't care about healing those wounds. And because they don't even understand that they're hurt from historical trauma, generational traumas. They just don't get that. Women especially, they don't really understand. That's why you need a man to come give you that and heal you from that. It don't matter who you get with. That's why you get some black women who, when they try to swirl, they fail. Or when you get some black women, they try to swirl, they go over there and they fail miserably. Like they end up putting themselves in harm's way because they don't even be vetting the white men they get with. Or they don't even care. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to go, they looking for them as the savior. And that's the wrong mentality to have. You understand? Man, do you know fathers are rolling, like black fathers rolling over in their grave, man? Like some of these women who doing that don't even have a black father in their life. I guarantee you a lot of them have never seen the love dynamic between a black man and a black woman. They've never seen that. And that's unfortunate. And that's why they go off and look for the white savior. But again, you got to understand, you had a group of women, and I don't care what nobody say. Right now, you have more interracial dating than ever. Depending on where you are, man, you'll see it very prevalently. And you see all walks of life of interracial dating. You see fat white women with fat black dudes. You see fat white women with skinny black dudes. You see skinny black dudes with skinny white women. You see fat black dudes with skinny white women. You see in shape white women with fat black dudes. You see you see in shape white women with skinny black dudes. You see in shape white women with in shape black dudes. You understand? If you see an in shape black guy who like really in the gym a lot like that, a lot of times you see him with an in shape white woman. You will not see him with some fat land whale. You just won't. Now, you may have the exceptions to the rule because you have some dudes, believe it or not, they like big women. You can't stop that. You got, and that's white, Hispanic, whatever. You have Hispanic dudes who love them a fat white woman. You understand? That's what they like, or a fat black woman. You know, some black dudes love fat women. They love fat black women. So that's just the dynamic that they're in. It is what it is. It's not a problem. You understand? No, more power to you. More cushion for the pushing. If that's what you're on, whatever. You know, I'm not here to stop you on that. And the thing is, it's just a false narrative that goes on trying to make it seem like that all black men date is fat white women. It's just not the truth. Not in this day and age because they don't have to. You understand? But I just told you more. There's a lot of black men who got their stuff together, and that's all that matters. You know, a lot more black men have a lot of black men have they have their stuff together more than a lot of white men in this country, in America today. So, you know, you got a lot of Hispanic men who got their stuff together. That's all it takes. You know, this isn't like your race isn't holding you back from anything at this point. And, you know, unless you just some type of bigot with that antiquated mindset, ain't nobody word coming around here telling, man, you know, they're black, so the white. That's just on the internet, man. You get a lot of people who stuck on that, on colorism and stuff like that, and a bunch of and racism and, you know, and things like that. But for the most part, in the regular world, in the real world, none of that matters. You got it. It's either you got it. You know, you got cold hard cash or a hot slug for somebody's ass. And that's the only time really people really care about anything. You know what I mean? So, but when it comes to relationships and things like that, you know, you got more interracial dating than ever. Black women dating more white men, more other races of men than ever. You have black men, they're dating outside of their race more than ever. Everyone is. White people are, Hispanics are, everyone, because they can, and none of it matters. You understand? But my point is, for the black man, our historical reputation over here has been as the sexual I would say as being a sexual hulk, I would say, or being at the top when it comes to virality and being at the top tier of the species. You understand? This has been promoted. You understand? It's been promoted across the world. So that's something that, again, a black man can use to his advantage as well. Not along with just his spirit, you know, the things that he possesses, that he brings to the relationship, like when it comes to counsel and, you know, fair counsel. Like, again, man, when you get some white women and get together with the man of their race, they really can't, the counsel is off because, again, in the world, and it's the same with when you get black women, unhealed black men and unhealed black women. It's just the reverse. It's just the reverse. It's the counsel of the black woman. She's too much. She too extra. She's too much, and the black dude don't like that. And she don't allow him to be a man, so that ends. Now with the white woman, she gets over her and she get with Brad, and Brad feel like he getting drunk. He playing George Bush, you know, and she looking at him and all the stuff that he do behind the scenes, like not the image that he present to the world, but everything that he does. She knows him intimately, and she's disgusted by that. And she's like, man, like, you too overbearing with that, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you this. She's like, man, Brad, get your ass out of here. You don't even know what you're talking about. You know, nigga, you know, you over here 1 foot in the grave, you know what I'm saying, drinking yourself into a damn stupid to myself, blah, 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 and trying to tell me what to do. So the dynamic, she wants to get with someone where the dynamic is easier. The man still going to be a man and put his foot down and let her know what's what. But it's more of an ease there. Now, the black woman and the white, you know, she comes with that overbearing-ish with spirit. The white man, that'll beat any man down to a minute nub. Like, that'll just break him down. Like, and he just, to where he's weak. He don't even want to, like, he can't even maneuver anymore. So that's why you have a lot of the interracial dynamics working between black men and black women, but still it doesn't last. You know, if you're not healed, then you're not in it for the right reason. But then when white women and black men get together, it's just some type of dynamic that I don't know, like that fits there, you know. It's not saying that other, like, a black man Hispanic and getting with Hispanic women doesn't fit or that doesn't work. But I'm saying specifically with black men and white women, because of the dynamic of antebellum slavery and the things that went on over here, there is a special relationship between the two. You know, even when I meet white women just out and about, they're very pleasant. You understand? Just, you know, towards black men and things like that. I don't make the rules. I don't control it. You know, that's just my observation. But again, it's time for you black man, for us to go ahead and maintain and claim your true position and true identity. That's why I say I don't check no African American on no forums and nothing like that. What is that? You know, you can't be two things at once. You ask me, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You understand? I'm an Israelite. I'm the true chosen people. I'm come from the tribe of the true chosen people of God. You understand? I have a noble position and I have a responsibility to my tribe and to God himself, to represent the right way, the correct way. You understand? Because I was chosen for that. Now, if more of us understand that and move in that type of fashion, we'll be doing a lot better. So with that being said, it's your man, Nico B, Black Effect. I'm done.